And this is just a strategy session. So I look at myself as a master strategist, and I'm always thinking about ways that we can improve upon situations that, businesses, brands, and ideas can come together. So this is specifically, and sorry for my kids in the background, but this is specifically for the Manosphere. So the Manosphere has been coming under fire over the last 24 months because there's just been a lot of flip-flopping and unsubstantiated viewpoints that are being pushed out of the Manosphere into the world. And, it's problematic because what they're actually suggesting, the ideologies that we should be adopting are inconsistent with their own behavior. And that, just by and large is it's like kind of spreading propaganda, having people fall for something that is not even really being effectuated in their own lives. And really, since the passing of Kevin Samuels, I've seen a number of creators in the Manosphere space try to kind of carry on his mantle and have done so unsuccessfully. More recently, this is Cooley from the No Fugazi podcast. I actually started watching his content and liked it for the most part. With all of this that's swirling, it really makes me question why someone would feel empowered to put out such messaging when their own life doesn't actually mirror what they're talking about. What I will say as a disclaimer is that sometimes we have ideas in our head that we're not actually living, but we know are good. And it's good and it's okay to espouse those. But I also think it's important to let people know that I may not be doing this in my actual life, but this is the direction I want to go. He may have gotten with this woman prior to becoming known in the creator space. But I think it is socially responsible to put those disclaimers out there so that people don't take your word as if you're living that as gospel. And that's what I see here in this scenario. And I've actually been called out and challenged about this concept before. Before we started our podcast, there was another creator that we were going to be working with. And, they kind of threw it out there that they didn't want to always have to justify or clarify or put a disclaimer on something that is being said. And this is the concept that I'm talking about. And I don't know if this is just exclusive to men, but the notion that you would say something that is going to elicit a response and a reaction from someone, but yet you don't want to qualify that thing up front to let people know, like, I may not necessarily be, doing it this way, or this may not be my story, but this is what I've been taught and this is what I want to, work towards. I think that's socially responsible. To do so to the exclusion of that makes you irresponsible. And I've actually seen this concept happen over and over again. Now, nobody is perfect. My husband always says that nobody's perfect. And nobody is saying that we're going to have it right 100% of the time. But when you are, in a way that I would say is arrogant and almost pompous, giving out advice to men about what they should be looking for. Sorry, my kids are loud in the back. And not putting those disclaimers out there, you are trying to get people to believe that is the life that you live and they should live it too. And look how successful it's been for you. We think there needs to be a pivot in the Manosphere, and this is what I would propose. The Manosphere really needs to start thinking about high level, what value am I really going to add to the man's life that could subsequently add to the family? What tools and resources can I give the man so that he can go and be a useful, productive man, not only in society, but in his household? Because families really are the way that you build wealth and you build legacy. For most people, the things that they think about that make them happy have to do with other people. And in most cases, men, it's for women, and for women, it's for men, right? There are some aberrations there, but we're not talking about those specific things. So I think that the Manosphere really needs to start thinking about what is productive, what is progressive. Yes, we have all this conversation about men are doing this and women are doing this, and we don't really see eye to eye. And I actually see that there is a strategic plan, a strategic direction that, the women's space can go and should go. And I'm hoping that I could be a part of those conversations as we move forward into 2025 and 2026 and beyond. But for the Manosphere, like, just as a woman, what I see, and as somebody who is a strategic thinker, they really need to just start there. Like, what value are we really trying to give men? Do we really benefit men if we tell them to stay away from women and don't associate with women? If you really ask yourself, is this going to be productive long term? If the answer is no, then you got to pivot. Okay, I think that what men should really be concerned about is having real conversations with their women about what it is that they want out of a relationship. What do they desire? Do not leave anything to the imagination. Do not leave anything for me to have to assume about you and what you want and what you need to thrive. And then in that same vein, I want the man to be able to listen intently and with interest on what the woman needs, and find that middle ground wherein you can both get what you want and thrive. Like, that should really be the goal. When men and women are operating on that accord, they are stronger, right? They are more fulfilled. They are just better off. And then it trickles down to the offspring and the family unit. So that is my kind of 2 cents. Let me know what you guys think. If you are new here, please subscribe to the pod. Follow our YouTube channel. We have a website, hearmeout.com. The me is with 2 E's. I'll put that information in the description below. Tune in, hear me out. Peace.